Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to make a macrame shower curtain, and I really hope that you like doing this. I've been working on it for 4 days, and I'm just now getting it to where I can start the knotting and showing you what to do. Now what I did was I went and got a cheap shower curtain from Walmart, just the cheapest one I could find, and I got the matching shower hooks. They were like 99 cents. And for the rope, I got this Peaches and Cream. It's a cotton yarn, and they're only like $1.78 at Walmart. And I got 8 of these, and so far I'm going to use all 8 of them, I think. And of course you're going to need scissors and a small amount of Bonnie's craft cord. It's the 6mm rope. You're just going to need enough to go along the top of your shower curtain. And I also used a hot glue gun, but I'll show you all of that up top here. Now for my ropes, I'm doing them double, so there's actually 4 ropes here, and that's going to make it to where we can, when we start knotting, we're going to be able to see the knots a lot better than just having a single rope. If you're just using these 2, the knot's going to be very little. But using all 4 of them, they're going to be bigger so you can see them. Now, if I was going to be working on like a bottle or a jar, then yeah, I would go for just the single rope. But since this is a lot bigger piece and you're going to want to be able to see the knots a lot bigger or a lot better, then I opted to double them. That's why it's taking so much yarn to do it. So let's get going, and I'll show you how to start your piece, and then you can have one of your own. Okay, to start your piece, what I've done here is I laid this on the floor, and I got my Bonnie's craft cord and laid down on the top of it, and I hot glued it periodically all the way down. I tried to get it as tight as I could, but you can see I'm still getting this droop out of it, and I'm hoping that's just going to go into the piece well, but I've done it all the way down there. And then I started putting my ropes on the Bonnie's craft cord. So right here is where I stopped putting my ropes on, and I will show you how to do that. Okay, so the way that you're going to measure this is you're going to do a body's length. And a body's length is you take your rope in one hand and stretch out all the way like this. That's a body's length. My body's length is about 4.5 feet, and I'm going to do 2 of these like this. Okay, and keep a hold of your other deal and put it like that, and you're going to cut it right there. And then you're just going to drop one side, keep a hold of this one, put your other yarn up there, and just travel down all the way to the end of your rope, the first one that you cut. Line up your ends, line your ends up, and then cut your other one right there, keeping a hold of all of the ends of your ropes. Okay, and then you've got all the ends of your ropes, and you're just going to travel down again, and you've got your loop right there. Now, to do that, you're going to put your loop, you're going to do a lark's head knot on your Bonnie's craft cord. Okay, so to do your lark's head knot, you've got your loop here, put it behind your craft cord like this, pull down a loop, grab your tails, pull through, and then pull tight, just like that. And do that with the rest of them. Now these are 2 bodies lengths, but over at the other side they're 3 body lengths, because those are going to be worked a lot more than these over here if my pattern works the way I've got it all in my head. So but you do the 3 body lengths the same as the 2s, except you measure 3 body lengths instead of 2. Okay, I've got 76 3 body lengths put on here so far. And now we're starting on the 2. And I'm not really sure how many more I'm going to have, but I'll let you know. Okay, we've got all of our ropes up, and we've got 76 ropes at 3 body lengths each. We've got 32 ropes at 2 body lengths each. That's going to make us for a total of 108 ropes. But when you're figuring out your footage for how much rope that you're going to need, make sure that if you're doubling your ropes like I did, that you double that figure. Okay, so what we're going to do to start is we're going to take our first 4 ropes and we're going to make a square knot. And we're going to move our square knot down because I've got all these droops and I want my square knots to be straight across. Well, as straight as I can get them anyway. So to do a square knot, take your left rope, bend it up into a 4 over these 2 in the center. Take your right rope, put it in front of your left one, and take it behind and through this loop right here. Just like that. Grab it, pull it through, and take your 2 ends here and move it up to where you need it. Now that is the first part of your square knot. A square knot's done in two parts. For your next part, you're going to go the other way. Start with your right rope, bend it up into a backwards 4. Take your left rope, put it over that one, and back up and behind and through that loop that you just made. Pull those through. And take your 2 ends and pull them up to the bottom of your first section. Try not to let these middle ropes here twist on you. And there you go. First square knot made. Now for this pattern, I'm going to go and take my next 4 ropes and make another square knot. Bend it up into the 4, back behind and through. And take this one up to right about where it's even with the one that you just made. And then do your second part of your square knot. Tighten it up there. There we go. And now I'm going to do one more. Take the next 4 ropes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to make another square knot here. Up to where it's about even with that one. There we go. And there we go. Now, we're going to do an alternating square knot now with these. So we're just going to have 2 now. So we're going to take this first square knot here that we did, we're going to take its right cord and the middle 4, not 3. There we go. And when you're dealing with this kind of length, you're going to have it all tangling up at the ends. It's just something that you have to deal with, dealing with such little rope and such long rope. So there's our 2 from that one. And now we're going to take the right from the one beside it and 4 ropes out of its middle. Like that. And we're going to do another square knot right here. So these 2 will be, or these 8 will be your middle, and these will be your working ropes. Make a 4, up, behind, and through. Just like this. And pull it up tight. Now I'm going to do this, see if this works. Just like that. second half of the square knot right there. There we go. And now we're going to take the ropes left over from this middle square knot and the right ropes of your last square knot. There's your working rope and the 4 in the middle. And now we're going to make another square knot right here. Try to get that up even with the other one. Other half of the square knot. Just like that. And you can see it tangled again. Working with this little stuff, it's just going to be patience. Take your time. And now we're going to do, we've got 3 at the top, 2 right here. Now we're going to do 1 here in the center. So we're going to take the left from this first square knot and the right from the second square knot and do 1 right here in the center. Take the tails, pull them up. Just like that. And there we go. That's our first pattern. It's taking, I believe, 12 ropes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Takes up 12 ropes. And we're going to do this. We're going to do this same pattern all the way down. Every 12. We've got our square knots in the little triangles, and we've got those all the way down the piece. Now I'm going to show you how to do this double half hitch right here. So take your far right cord, the far right cord of this top square knot. That's going to be your traveling rope. And it's going to go down like this. You're going to hold it at an angle. Take the one right beside it to the left. Fold it up to make a loop. This is your traveling cord. This is the one you're working with. And then take the ends of this one and put through this loop right here. Pull the end through and pull it up to the top and do that again. Each one will be done twice. There you go. Now get the next one to the left. And do the same thing. Just use this edge right here, the edge of your square knots, as your guide. I'm not going to be doing these real tight or it's not going to look good because of such small ropes and using 4 at a time. Now here on the center one, we're going to split that one. Here's the first cord to that square knot. We're going to work it. And then here in the center, we're going to split that one. We're going to get the next cord to it. So we got 4, and we're going to work it. And then that's going to be the end of this row. Something happened there. With it being such small rope, it gets tangled very easily, and especially with working 4 at a time, it gets tangled down here at the bottom. This is going to be a piece that takes a lot of patience. A lot of patience. So there we've got it. There we go. And there we go. Now, go over to the other side and do the exact same thing. Get your far right cord. That's going to be your traveling rope. And get the one to the left of it now. And do the exact same thing, except backwards, what you was doing before. Here's the last one. The last cord on that middle square knot. Work it twice. Now get your lead cord to the one on the right and just work that same thing over again with it. And that will close up your double half hitch here. And there you go. Now you're going to do this on each of your triangles all the way down the piece. Okay, so we've done our double half hitches all the way down the piece. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to do spiral stitches off of these peaks. And the way to do that is you're just going to do square knots right here with these 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to do a half of a square knot. So take your 4 center ones off of this peak. And we're just going to do the one-sided square knot. So I'm just going to do the first half of the square knot. Pull that up there. Now I'm going to do, instead of going like this, to do the second half, I'm just going to do that first half again. And again, just keep repeating it. Yeah. And you'll see that it's going to start to turn. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 10. Now we can twist it like that. And there we go. So I'm going to do that on each of the peaks. In the middle here, I'm going to attempt to make a diamond. So we're going to take the 2 centers and then the 2 next to them. And we're going to do a square knot right here. A whole square knot. So here's the first half. Let's pull that up like this. Here's the second half. Okay. And now we're going to come over here. I'm going to grab these 2 and these 2 and make another square knot right there. right up to the bottom of the first one that you made there. Just like that. And the same thing on the other side. There we go. To the bottom. Second half of that square knot. Just like this. And then we're going to take the center ropes and do one right in the middle. There we go. Second half of that square knot. Now, we're going to do this all the way down the piece except the very last one. So, let me show you. We're going to go all the way down, and we're going to leave the last one of these. We're going to leave the last one. You can see right there is going to be the last one. We're going to leave this one unworked. So we'll go all the way down to here. We'll do our diamond here and our spiral here, and we'll leave all of this unworked. And then on the next row down, then we'll leave this one unworked, and so forth. And it's going to make your piece go at an angle. Okay, so we've got our diamonds and our square knots all the way down the piece. All the way down, all the way down. Here we go. We're getting there. Okay, and you can see we've left that last little peak off. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come back to the far right side of the piece. And we're going to do this right here, which is a double half hitch coming down off of that diamond peak, and then a diamond underneath that. And I'm going to show you how to do that right here. So to do that, we are going to split this middle bottom square knot into half. There's one rope. And there's the other rope. And we're going to be a little proactive here and untangle this at the bottom before we even get started. It does tangle pretty bad. Okay, we'll see if that works for us. So, we're going to take this middle rope of the square knot. That'll be our traveling rope. Pull it over. And we're going all the way to here with it. So get the one to the right of it and work your double half hitch. Get the next one to the right. Do it again. Now this one, you can see there's a pretty big gap in between here and here. So I'm going to work this one Last time I worked it twice. We'll see if that works for us again. It may not. There's one. And here's two. A little bit loose there. Okay, and then I'm going to go on and see. There may be a gap there, but I'm thinking it's just going to be okay. And now there's the last one on this side. There we go. And now go to the other side, to the left of it. This is going to be your traveling rope, the other half of that square knot. And it's going to go this way, over to this spiral. And then we're going to split this one in half. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And here's the last half of that one on this side. Okay, now we're going to do that diamond in the middle. And we're going to get the 4 center ropes on your peak. We're going to do a square knot there. Bring it up probably about an inch below your peak up here. Finish that one off. Like that. And then we're going to split this one in half. Get half of that one and the other 2 on the right. Another square knot there. I want it right up underneath the top one. Now we'll go to the left side, right side, left side, whichever. Sorry. And right up underneath that one. Just like that. And now we'll do this middle one. Okay, now we're going to continue doing that all the way down. We're going to do that all the way down the piece to down here. Down here, right there. You can see that is the end peak that we left off last time. Now this time we're going to do it to right there and stop it. Okay, I'm going to pop in here and show you what I've got done. I have come down like we was talking about with these double half hitches and the diamonds in the middle all the way to the last diamond here, and I'm going to leave all of this unworked now. I know that's different than what I told you, but I discovered that we're not going at an angle if we work all the way over. So leave that one unworked, all from here all the way back over. And on these double half hitches, I had told you between these big gaps here to do 2 double half hitches. As I was working, I noticed that that wasn't working, so I put 3 in between these big gaps. And you can see sometimes it worked well, and sometimes it just didn't work out quite so great. But it's all right. We're just going to roll with it. So here in a few minutes, I'll show you the next row to this. We're going to start back over to the right of the piece and come back over to the left. Okay, so here we are back over at the right side of our piece. And I'm going to leave these 2 ropes off, take the next 2 ropes and the next 2 ropes. So those 4. And I'm going to do a spiral right here on the edge. But I'm going to drop it down just a little. So there is the first half. Go back with the first half again. So there is 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. Six, 7. Okay, I'm going to do 10 of those right there. Now I'm going to come over to where this spiral is, and I'm going to do another spiral there. And I'm going to do that all the way down the piece to right before that last diamond that we did. So I will come back and show you that in just a minute. Okay, here's what the left side of our piece is looking like. And you can see I stopped our spiral stitch right there just before our last diamond. Now after we do that, we're going to go back over to the right side of the piece, and off of these spiral stitches we're going to do a double half hitch downward to make another downward piece. And I will show you how I did that right here. And you can see we've got our spiral coming off this way and off of this way. We're going to split our spiral in half. This is going to be our traveling rope, the far right cord. And take the one to the left of it. And do your double half hitch. I'm going to pull it up kind of tight to the bottom of it. And then just go on and work your way down. Now, we're going to split the square knot here in the center. That's going to be our ending place. Okay. And it is really knotting up pretty good, as you can see. Now here is our square knot right here. You can see we've already worked one cord, and there's the second. And it's tangling up like that on me a lot. So, turn that sucker right. Okay. And there's the end of that one. Now come over to your other one. Split him in half. Here's your traveling rope right here. The center one. Go to the one now to the right of it and work down the other way. Last one on this side. Now you can see this one is liable to be a little bit shorter. See how it's way up here? But that's okay because I'm going to pull it together. Take your traveling rope from your other side and just do the same stitch again. Just double half hitch it and pull him over to you twice. Secure the knot, and there you go. Okay, now we're going to do this. Let me think here. Where are we going to stop these at? We're going to work this one, and this one, and this one. We are going to incorporate the second, or the first half of that last spiral. So, let me get you down there to see. Alright, there's your next spiral, the next one, the next one. And then there ain't any more. The second half of that last spiral will get worked, and that's all. So work this all the way down to that last spiral, and I'll be back. Okay, so we've got that row done, and we stop it right there. And you can see all the rest of it is unworked. So we've got 5 diamonds. 5 diamonds. Now we're going to go and work the next row down. Alright, so to start my next row, I'm wanting to take these and sort of incorporate them in somehow, because these two are just over here all by themselves. So I'm going to take the 4, I'm going to leave these 2 off for now, and I'm going to take these first 4 of this double half hitch, and I'm going to do a square knot right here. And I'm just going to bring it right up underneath the double half hitch. There's 1 square knot. Just like that. Now I'm going to split this square knot. I'm going to take the 2 cords on the right of it, and then these 2 cords that I just left off, and I'm going to do another square knot right here. This sort of ties this side all together, where you don't have these 2 cords over here just hanging by themselves. Okay. And there we go. Now to do this next row, we're only going to do 4. We're only going to have 4 sets of diamonds now. So, but the next thing that I want to do is right there on this peak, right here, I want to do one of these, a spiral. So we're going to take these 4 here in the corner. Yeah, these 4 on the peak. And remember, the spirals are just one-sided square knots. Okay, there's 10, and twist it around, and there you have it. Now, over in this peak right here, right there. Okay, right here we're going to do our diamond like we did up here. So we're going to take the 2 very centers and the ones next to them. That makes our 4. And we do a square knot. And do this all the way down. We're going to do the spirals on the peaks. So we're going to have another spiral here. And diamonds here. So all the way down to our last peak. Okay, so here's our next row completed. We've got our 4 diamonds, and we're ending with the spiral stitch right there. Now for our next row, we're going to start back over here to the right. And we're going to do our spiral, or our double half hitches now coming off of our spirals. And we're going to do those all the way over to our last spiral. Where is he? Right there. But on our last spiral, we're only going to work half of that last spiral. We're only going to work the right half of it. Okay, so I've got the next row done, and as you can see right here, I left off 4 cords on this right side just because it was making this one way too long. So I left these off for now. So our next row, I'm going to leave this part unworked, and I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4 peaks here, but I'm going to go to these center 2 and work my pattern again, just so it's going at a V down on this side. So I'm going to work these 2 center ones and leave the rest undone. Let me back you up just a little. Okay, so what I'm talking about is I've got the 4 peaks. The 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I'm wanting to take this down to a V where I only have 1 in the center. So I'm going to work, I believe, just these 2. And I'm going to leave the 2 on the end unworked. So I'm going to work this one and this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do my spiral here with these 4. And then I'm going to do my diamonds here in the middle, another spiral, and another diamond, and then another spiral. And then that will be the end of this row. Okay, here's the last 2 rows done. I just continued with the pattern all the way down until I just had 1 spiral right there. And then what I did, I peppered a spiral in over here and some others throughout the piece. There's one up there and down there, and there's one up here. So I just peppered in some spirals wherever I thought they would look good. And basically this piece is done now. For just a quick minute and show you the bottom here. As you can see, I just sort of left it natural. I did cut off a few long pieces, but I think it looks better just all staggered, and however they happen to lay, they lay. So I'll be right back to show you the whole completed piece. Okay, everybody, and here it is in all its glory. It has taken an absolute long time to do this, and I'm happy with the way it turned out, with the way that the ropes were split in 4 and everything. It took a long time and a lot of patience, and I was having to just do it as I got time to film and got time to work on it. So I know my family's going to be super happy to get it out of the kitchen and into the bathroom where it goes, so they can quit dodging it all the time. So yeah, if you liked it, give me a good thumbs up and subscribe. Have a good day, y'all. Bye.